Hello everybody, it's Stitching Joanne with my 64th Flosstube video. It's been 4 weeks since my last video and I have some things to show you. I've still been using my little diary thing to put each day what craft I've done. So, let me see. I will do my cross stitch things because that's why we're here. I have an FFO. Look! This is Love Heart by Mill Hill, and there's all the beads. I said in my last video that I wasn't going to do the green buttons, I was going to do gold buttons, but I put gold buttons on it and it didn't look right, so I stuck with the green ones. Ooh. And on the back is some purple felt, and this is a piece of yarn and it's all glued. Now the way I did this was I cut out the paper first and then I glued it to the felt and then I cut the felt out around the paper. And yeah, so I don't know if you can see how well quite neat it is if you do it that method. Yes. And very important with cutting the felt out is that you have sharp scissors. So I think I used my embroidery scissors, which I don't know if that's a bad thing. So that's that, and it hangs like on my upright, my lamp thing. So that is my FFO. The other thing, sorry, I've had a terrible cold, is my Lizzie Cake Santa that I was working on. So this is he. The last time you saw it, it just had his body and his head, his hat, like this bit. But now I have mostly finished him. Ta-da! Wait. There he is. Now, I made some changes. The dark red that is also in his hat and his little skates is Garnet by Weeks Dye Works, I think. Yeah. And the other red in his coat is actually charted as a brown, but I didn't like it, so I changed it to red. And then his gloves and his socks are as charted, which is Weeks Dye Works something, Hunter I think. And then skates I just did in DMC. And Here Comes Santa Claus is done in Weeks Dye Works Holly. Now this is done on 18 count Lurex, I think, and I should have thought before, but you can't, it's hard to see the white on him, like you can't see his little pom-pom, very clearly because it's on white. But never mind. So he's nearly done. He just needs his buttons. I'm not gonna get the buttons from just another button company. I'm going to see what I've got, or might decide to just not give him buttons. So there he is. Let's put him back to bed in his plastic bag. Yeah, if you haven't seen my video before, I used mending yarn for his beard and his pom-pom and his like furry bits. And so I worked on him for on 4 days. So that's those. Next thing, the other thing I worked on was my Heaven and Earth designs. Story Keep Enchanted Manor. So here it is now. Last time, well, this time I did all this black and I did this purple. Because I wanted to do a colour. So I did purple. So that's all I've done on that. I think I only worked on that 2 or 3 times in the last month. Let me say 1, 2, twice. Only twice. Let me just roll it back up. Roly poly. Now, what am I storing this in, you wonder? I made a project bag. Yay! It's not showing the fabric very well. It's blue and purple. See, it's got purple as well. With a green zip, and I just lined it with white because when I actually bought the stuff, well, I was actually supposed to make an open wide zipper pouch, which you can Google. And so at the time I'd bought white fabric to line it with, but then so I wasn't going to buy something different just because it was going to be a project bag. Seeing as it was my first one, so I think it's something like 10 by 14 inches, and so I've got my pattern in it and the floss and the little rolled up project. Ta-da! And I love it. It was the first time I'd done a zip. Like, I've put a zip in a dress before and it looked awful. So this is the first time I've done a successful zip. I didn't even use a zipper for, so I'm quite pleased with my little top stitchy doodah. The only thing I'm not sure is like why the zip kind of goes over the ends, but someone told me, Stephanie told me, it's because you're supposed to, I think you're supposed to, the zip's supposed to be shorter than the bag, but I just like sewed it into the side seams, so, but at least then nothing could come out. So yeah, I need to make another one. I did think about doing like a little project bag business, because I don't know of any in the UK. So you see a gap in the market, but I don't know if anybody would want to buy them. I thought keep making them and see like if I can get better at it, and then do like a Facebook group or something. I don't know if anybody would want to buy them anyway. So project bag, that I did that in like just a day. I watched loads of YouTube videos first and then did that. Oh, it's got interfacing in it as well. Anyway, I finished making my fabric box for my Flosstube bags. I can hear a disaster happening in there right now. And I made the lid, because that's the bit I hadn't really done yet. So it's just like elasticated. Uh-oh. Well, I'll show you what's inside. And here are my, wait, take this out. Here's the Flosstube bags I've got in it so far. I've thought about taking the floss out of all my projects and like putting them in here, and then just having this every time I work on a project. But then I was kind of concerned about not knowing if I would run out of something. Like I wouldn't want to run out of something on, say if I'm doing two projects that use a lot of the same colour, if I had like one skein and used half the skein on one project and half the skein on the other project, and then need another skein, whether dye lot issues basically. I've not done anything with the divising bits yet. But I figure once I get another row in here, then I probably won't need to like attach them or put fabric on them or anything. So just seeing how that goes. I'm also able to fit this box in it, which has all my well, apart from that, this has all my non-DMC. Well, no, it has my things in it that aren't the normal DMC colours, apart from these, which are duplicates, and I have some of the variegated ones and the metallic ones in this box. I have week's dye work stuff, like 3 magazine threads, and then all the rest is Anchor, which I try to go to first when I'm doing a substitution, so I can use them up. So at the mo, this lives in this box, and then, well, you can't even see, yeah, this just elasticates on. I actually cut the fabric a bit too small. It still works. See? So that's my box. I'm ever so proud of my box. My box and my bag. More cross stitch things. Well, what should I say, haul? There are like only 4 things. So after my so-and-so rant, I went straight on so-and-so and bought some, I don't know what it's called, 28 count cashel linen in vintage country mocha, because everybody talks about it and I want it for my angel of love. So here it is. Oh, dropping it. quite stripy really. So basically, it's a little bit darker than it's showing, but anyway. Basically, I'm kitted up for the most part for Angel of Love, so I could just start her now, but I'm shy. I think I'm like focusing on, well, I'm focusing on my knitting at the minute, mostly. So I bought that, no problemos, turned up like in a couple of days from so and so. And then as well, I bought 3 things off eBay. I can't remember whether I showed you this one last time or whether I got it since, but I got the Darling Duck from Rendale Designs, which is, well, it's a pattern from a magazine. It's from the World of Cross Stitching. I don't know which issue. I'll put which issue. So he's cute. And also, so it's Rendale Designs, but the designer is Heather Dale, I think. Hannah Dale. And I also bought from eBay the calendar that has the designs for these 6. Because I love the cows, and I love the rabbit, and I love the duck. Don't like foxes. I'm scared of foxes. I think it's because when I was younger and I was coming home from brownies or guides, there was a massive fox, like blocking. It was like as big as the pavement. It was like blocking my way home. So I got scared and had to go to my friend's house, and then my mum had to come and get me. So anyway, so there was that, and then there were loads of news stories about foxes going in people's houses and killing their babies. And then when I lived at my mum's house, we had like patio, like sliding doors, and on 2 occasions a fox stuck its head in whilst I was sat there watching TV, and I was totally freaked out. So I don't like foxes. Which is unfortunate, because really they're quite cute, right? See, I got that. And also bought the World of Cross Stitching issue 69 for this medieval lady by Sue Page. Let me find the page. It's like the ones I showed in my previous video, the like angel, are they angels? Yeah, because now I can't find the page. Page 16. Here she is. She's amazing. She has lots of beads, like in chronic, obviously, in her crown, and she's got this like dangly heart thing, and in here is all beads. Like the gold bits on this are beads, and on the gold bits here are beads. Oh, paper cut. And her skin is charted 1/1. So like in this bit, in the chart, it's blank where her skin is, because it's on this page. I think she is awesome. I could have bought just the chart for cheaper, but the person selling it was selling a photocopy, and I reported them to eBay, but they then just changed their description to say it's out of copyright. But is that true? I doubt it. This magazine's from 2003. I'm hoping Sue Page is still alive. I don't know what sends something out of copyright, but yes, they were also selling copies of other charts, and they also have an Etsy shop and a website where they're selling them as well. If that's you, so lace cardigan has just taken over this month. "12 days I've been on this lace cardigan. The last time I showed you, I had a full sleeve and a part sleeve, but now I have 2 finished sleeves. See? 2 finished sleeves and a neckband, and the button band. So, and I've woven all the ends in, apart from on this side, because I need to do, this is all I've got left to do, is the buttonhole band. So today I went to the market and bought me some buttons, and these are the ones I got. They're like, he said they were galvanised, whatever that means. They're like a dirty silver look, like it's Tibetan silver, like dirty silver, I don't know. But as you can see, hang on, let me just put one against the cardigan. See, that's cool, right? Ching ching. I tried to put like brown ones, wooden ones, but ultimately you have to get what is available. So hopefully I'll get to that today, like after this video. I'll start picking up the stitches along here to do the button hole band, but I also have to work out how to do the buttonholes. Well, at first I have to position the buttons, mark on the opposite side. Hang on, no, I could probably do like a couple of rows on the buttonhole bit, then position the buttons where I want them to be and mark it on that side so I know where to put the buttonholes, and then just knit buttonholes. I made this wider than the pattern said. It said 5 rows, but I did 7, so that it was matched the top more. So yay! My nearly 2-year cardigan is going to be finished this week, hopefully. Hopefully I'll wear it to work next week. I might just wear it and never take it off. I have other knitting projects kitted up. I have the Rainer shawl, which I started. I think I showed you in a video like last year, or even the year before. I had started it, but it's got like 2 yarn overs in the middle, and it was just getting in a mess, and I was getting like, the holes are supposed to go like up the middle, but they were like going, ooh. So I need to work that out. I've got some like turquoisey or petrol blue wool for like a cable miniskirt, and another blue, can't remember what it's called, for just a standard cardigan with no lace. No, no, no. That's that. That's my knitting. And then the other thing I took part in February was actually today's National Women's Day. International Women's Day? Can't remember. International, I think. And my sister and I took part in the Women's Quilt project, where there was a list of 600 names of women who had been murdered by their partner or ex-partner in a 6-year period, which I can't remember what it was. Something like 2011 to 2016 in the UK. And you basically picked names off it, went online and looked up their story, basically, kind of in news articles, and made a quilt block with their name on it and like things on it that perhaps they were interested in. And then they were posted to someone locally who has made them into a quilt and presented it at the House of Parliament today. Some of you might have seen it on the news. I haven't seen it yet because I was out buying buttons. So I think I did 2 blocks. My sister I think did 3 blocks. So I'll insert a photo of them here. Now they're not amazing. Some people did like really amazing ones with like loads of different like ribbons and like actual patchworked it, but I didn't get involved till quite late on, and they all had to be in by the end of February. So the butterfly one, she was killed by her ex-partner in London, and she was a graduate of the London School of Fashion, College of Fashion, so that's why I like embroidered a sewing machine and like a body thing on it. And the other one, she was the first one was stabbed. Not that you want to know this, but I think it's interesting. And the second one was strangled by this guy who was obsessed with her and kind of had the view that if he couldn't have her, no one else could. So he strangled her. And she was a school teacher or teaching assistant. So yeah, so like the fabric is kind of like school uniform type thing. And then I just did her name in cross stitch using a metallic thread. Not my best pieces of work, obviously, but at least now all these women have been remembered, and the quilt wasn't finished, so what was presented today is not the finished quilt. They're going to bring it back to Nottingham and finish it, and then I think it's going to be displayed, I don't know, it's around the country, in kind of like galleries or museums or whatever, to remember these women subjected to domestic violence. So yeah, so I did that as well. So after that sobering thought, this month's book for book club is Goodbye to Berlin by Christopher Isherwood. From what I gather, it's early 1930s Berlin, the Nazi Party is like just gaining its followers, and the best way for me to sort of describe it is, you know the film Moulin Rouge? Right, so like party and glamour and, well, maybe not glamour. People in Germany were all like party goers and all this before, like just before the Nazis, and so that's what this story is kind of about, like that bit before, and then I think it's gonna, and then the goodbye part. Oh, I didn't even notice that swastika, but I think it's presumably when the Nazis come in. There are characters in it that are like Nazi supporters, but it's like based around this lodging house and who lives in it. But I say this is all I know from reading hardly anything. So that's that. Book club's next Wednesday, so I better get a jog on. So I think that's all. I don't really have any plans other than to finish my cardigan. When I finish my cardigan, then I can do something else. I really need to do my country calendar because February, March needs doing. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.